Welcome to Open House at Mrs. Seagraves' classroom. I'm going to share a PowerPoint with you and Teams what's in Miss Seagraves' classroom. I'm going to take my camera off as I go to share my screen. Sometimes it's a little distracting seeing my image on the side. So let's begin with just a little PowerPoint about myself and what I teach. So I teach civics in room 219, and then I have Duval homeroom on first period. So my Duval homeroom is 6th, 7th, and 8th. Most of my classes are mainly 7th and 8th. I've been at Baldwin since 1991. I'm actually back in my original classroom that I taught in. I've moved all around the school, been an administrator. I have an 18-year-old son. I love to work out and read books. So how do you get in touch with me? The easiest way is at seagraves@duvalschools.org. All right, so what is civics? This class teaches you about the government, how we hope it works, how it should be working, and what impact students can have on their government, maybe now and later. At the end of the year, there's an exam that's an end-of-course exam written by the state of Florida, taken by everyone in the state of Florida before they get out of middle school. And that test is 30% of their grade, called an EOC, end-of-course exam. And like I said, it's done by the whole state of Florida. It's many different grades take it. It can be taken in 6th, 7th, or 8th grade. To prepare for the end of course exam, we do common assessments. We cover usually 1 to 2, maybe as many as 3 standards at a time on these common assessments, usually less than 20 or less questions, and they're usually weekly or about every 7 days. And then one thing that everybody in the state of Florida, all students should set up is a Civics 360 account. And I'll show you how I taught the students how to make one of those accounts. So how do students turn in work if you're Duval homeroom only? Duval homeroom only can only upload work. So they must go to Focus. I don't have anything turned in on Teams. I have nothing emailed me. All assignments are posted on Focus. The students have to download it. They can either print it and handwrite it, scan it, put it back on Focus. I'll again show you on Teams that I have a video that the kids, most have already watched and uploaded at least one assignment onto Focus. Again, students have to learn how to save things on their computer. I've explained to them they need to have a folder somewhere to save that work. And again, all these directions are on Teams and Focus. I've put all the directions on how to upload assignments, but Duval homeroom only students, I want them, they have to upload a work because they can't bring it in person. Now my BAM students, my brick and mortar students, which means they come to school now 5 days a week, they're given hard copies. They can also get the ones off of Focus if they lose it. If they prefer to turn work in on Focus, they can, but I really prefer them turned in person. I love seeing handwriting. I love actually grading papers. I've been teaching 30 years and I just like to do it the old-fashioned way, read the answer and mark on the paper. Right, best way to contact me, as I said earlier, is seagravess@duvalschools.org. You can text me, so there's my text number, 904-834-5650. That's my Google Voice. So you can just text that. Don't leave a voicemail. Just text me on that account. Both email and text work, but make sure you include your student's name in that text or email. Tutoring. So Duval homeroom students can just contact me on Teams and say, hey, is there a day that I can stay after? And I can stay after and work with them. I can call a class meeting. I can open it to other students in the class. BAM students, my goal is to start doing it every Tuesday. You must have a ride home. I don't believe they've started the activity bus or any after school supervision. So someone has to come and get the student and have a ride, and we can preset those dates up. Right now I'm hoping to do Tuesday, but a student should not stay unless we've pre-arranged it. Grading, as you've seen on the syllabus, my class is done with a total number of points. Common assessments are worth more, Achieve's worth 100 points. So it's just a point value. Nothing is weighted more than the other, but a common assessment is more points. That'll give it a more percentage. Makeup work. So everything is on Focus for Duval homeroom students, and then BAM students, brick and mortar, I put a copy in their manila folder. And then for every day a student is out, they're given a day to make up that work. And again, Focus makes everything so easy. Even if you're out, I mean, the teacher is an awesome person to have helping you learn, but all my PowerPoints are on Focus, all my PowerPoints are on Teams, so a student really could just watch the assignment, download off of Focus, and do the assignment. So online or Teams. So everything is done on Teams. That's what we mean by online. And Duval homeroom students must take their attendance in the general tab. Now that we're 5 days a week for BAM students, they just show up to class, but they would also take attendance on the general tab. There's a tab for attendance in the general channel. And you must then attend class. You can't just go to that tab and say you're here and not actually come to class. And I'm going to show you in just a minute all my due dates, my Microsoft Forms, my PowerPoints, and the questions. So all of that I'm going to show you in just a moment on Teams. All right, so that's back to the beginning. So let's get to Teams. Again, this is for Duval homeroom or for my Baldwin students, brick and mortar, because we all use the same thing. So the general tab, as I said, you go to one more, and September is what's showing right there for my Duval homeroom. So the first doesn't stand for September 1st, it's for first period. And the students know how to do this. They put their last name, and that lets me know what time they did this tab. Lots of students do it while they're waiting for me to let them come into class. The due dates, I like this other than Focus because I can just put when things are due. So for example, this is the upcoming. So this coming Wednesday, or when you're watching this, last Wednesday, they had a test on the 16th, and they had forms of government due on Focus. This is my Duval homeroom. It was due on Focus and the Civics 360. For my BAM students, they turn it in person. This is where the live class would take place. So this is a canceled class after I had it. For all my Duval homeroom students, I try every Friday or every Monday to put all the classes that we've just had. So I was trying to scroll and find that. There we go. So that students can click on all these classes, and that's the classes that we've had this time in class. And then Microsoft Forms is where I place the test once I've recycled it. Or once the students want to recycle it. So here's the test the students had, and they can do the form and recycle the test. Here's where I put all the PowerPoints. Now in this case, the PowerPoints are me talking through. So the students just watch the video. That's how to do floridastudent.org. Here's how to navigate through Teams. So it's literally me showing you what I'm showing you now. Here is Civics 360. So if a student doesn't know how to make a Civics 360 account, or if a parent wanted to make a Civics 360 account. And then here is how to upload an assignment onto Focus. So I literally walk you through the steps on how to upload to Focus. And then if anybody has any questions, students pop questions in here. All of these PowerPoints are also on Focus, so students can watch these PowerPoints. The PowerPoints are just still PowerPoints. They have to click on each screen. And inside each PowerPoint, I embed these videos. Again, on Focus, that's where students can turn in assignments. Duval homeroom students have to turn in assignments there. I am excited about the school year and look forward to having you reach out to me if you have any questions. And I know that we're going to have a successful and great year. Thanks for coming to my open house.